Hi, good morning. So, today we're going to be talking about a 100% wool. This is Noro Kureyon. As you can see, this whale has not been finished. It doesn't have its belly, it's not been stuffed, and it doesn't have its eyes on it. But let's go ahead and talk about this anyways. Um, First of all, this is very soft. It's very fuzzy. It has a lovely halo. Its downside, however, is that it has a very dramatic, uneven grist. There are sections of it that are full true worsted. It's um, basically a almost like a single ply that's been twisted very, very tightly. It's not loosely done, but some of the twisting in it is really, really tight. And so it drops the grist all the way down to like a DK weight. It is very, very tiny when it gets that small. And then there are some sections where it becomes very plump and soft and fuzzy and airy and it's luxurious to work with. And then there's like the middle ground in between where most of the yarn lies, but you inevitably end up with these very thin sections and it's not fun to work with because it messes up your stitch gauge and it messes up the size of the toy. And as you can see here on the right side of the toy, there are sections where it's fat and tall and puffy. And when you look to the middle of the picture, it's looking like it's thin and short. And that is simply because I'm trying to work out my tension compared to the yarn gauge, the grist being so different. And it's really hard to mix with it. I also got unlucky when I bought this yarn. It, for some reason, had small pieces of uh, hay or straw or something stuck inside of it, plant detritus stuck inside of it. Not a whole lot, but enough that like maybe every couple of minutes I would have to pull out a very small piece that was kind of sharp. Some pieces were so ingrained in the yarn that I couldn't like pick them out with my nails, and so I just left them. But there were a few where like, okay, this needs to come out. It's stabbing my hand as like I'm just holding the toy and rotating it, doing my spiral. It does feel a bit stiff in terms of its stretch, and I don't know if that's because I'm trying to match the tension. So I'm manually having to change my tension constantly because the grist is changing, which is changing the thickness of the yarn. Even though I'm using a 3.5 millimeter hook for this, it's still dramatically changing. And so because of that, it feels like it's stiff and I had to slow down and it was not fun to work with. If you made this as mittens, detritus would definitely get stuck in this. However, I do think that this would be a fantastic hat or a scarf or a cowl. I think it would be great for that because it definitely feels like it's soft and warm. Mittens would even be a fantastic thing for this. It is sold in 50-gram skeins. I don't think, or balls. I don't think it comes in 100-gram balls. And it is a little bit on the pricier side because it's 50 grams and you're paying like, I think I paid about $11 at a local yarn shop. So it is pricier for 50 grams because I can get 100 grams of Cascade 220 and I'm paying like $11 on that as well. So, and that's 100 grams versus 50. So there is a bit of a difference between the two. The colors inside the Noro Kureyon are really vibrant. If you want really shocking, vibrant colors, definitely go for this. They have very gentle color changes. It's not a strong striping. You kind of have to look at the toy for a few seconds to see that the colors are changing. Um, I would recommend this yarn as a yarn to try a one of. I would not make a big project out of it. I would make a small toy out of it. I would not do a gigantic project out of it at all because it's just, if you get lucky and you find a ball that has very even grist all the way across it, that's fine. I applaud you. The one that I got was horrible, to say the least. It is expensive. The grist was uneven. I would not recommend this. Its colors are fantastic, but it's too much of a headache to work with.